What is up, Isaiah Nwokobia? Zay, thanks so much for making time for the podcast today.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, well, I love asking my guests, what they're all about. I know you're in the thick of football season, but is there something, maybe serious or fun or a food, music that you're all about right now?
In my free time, I like to watch shows or play 2K, play video games. I'm really chilling inside the house, you know what I'm saying? Watching film, different things like that.
Good. What's your go-to show right now? Because I don't have a show
Man,
and I got to get on a show.
I'm a little bit late, but it's a rather popular show, Breaking Bad. I've been watching.
Okay.
It's pretty good, pretty good show for
All
sure.
right.
I
I'm
see
gonna
why I was so hyped up.
All right, I'm gonna also be even later than you on that train then. So I'll have to get on it. But I love knowing what people are all about because everybody's into different things or life hacks or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But now this is your second season just in the ACC, and I know we talked quickly off camera just how I went to an ACC school. So we're happy to have SMU in the ACC. Not so happy about the competitiveness that you guys bring, but would love to know just what it's been like in the new conference.
It's been amazing. It's been fun. It's been challenging. Just the ups and downs is what we the challenges we were excited for because we know that each and every week we can beat anyone, but we can lose to anyone just because the conference is so talented from top to bottom. Every week you got to be prepared. You got to come with the ultimate focus to come out there and win because every team has great players and can do some good things. So it's just a challenge week in and week out that we're facing is what excites us.
It is really exciting, and I think the crazy part just is, the different competition that now have to scout, right? Because you didn't come in freshman year, and getting to build on that. Okay, we know this player from this team. We know historically what these people like to do, and so it probably just adds a whole level of challenge in that way from your new scouting reports. But
For
I know
sure.
that you personally have had some big plays against my alma mater, Boston College, in the past. You had a big interception last year. And I know you still have some great moments ahead of you to come, but do you have a favorite interception that sticks out from your college career so far?
So far, ah, it's kind of tough. I would probably have to say the AAC championship interception I caught against Tulane, just because that was such a big year for me, coming off of a hard 22 year for me personally, and then to battle back through some stuff and to help my team win a conference championship to close it out. It was just a testament to God and just trusting in this plan and just continue to work hard and believing that everything will work out the way it's supposed to. So that 2023 interception in the ASC championship against Tulane was probably my favorite.
Wow, I can imagine, and I do want to get to maybe just that 2022 coming off that 2022 hard season for you, and you mentioned the Lord's plan, and I think what's really cool about the Lord's plan for you, of what we already seen, is that you get to represent your hometown of Dallas going to SMU. So what's it been like just to call Ford Stadium home?
It's been amazing. It's been everything I dreamed it would be. Coming out of high school, the goal was to come here, hopefully one day get to a power conference and fill this stadium up with the community and my friends and my family and my loved ones and just ball and make them all proud of me. And I think I've been able to do that. So it's been everything I've dreamed of. Um, we able to, win a conference championship, go to the college football playoff. Again, it's literally been everything I've dreamed of. So it's been amazing.
That is so awesome. Do you have a favorite memory just from playing at SMU so far?
Favorite memory here at this stadium.
Yes.
So this stadium, my favorite play, it would probably be my first interception. Coming back from my injury in that year of difficulty I faced in 2022. So 2023 we were playing Tulsa. Um, I remember my first one. It was a tip pass. I think Ahmad Walker, a linebacker, he graduated, a tremendous player. He tipped the pass. I was able to go catch it and take it on, take it up for six, score a touchdown. And I remember I didn't do any celebration. As soon as I crossed the goal line, I stopped and I beeline straight to my mom to jump in the stands to give her the ball. it's just a surreal moment just to see the smile on her face because she knew everything I had gone through. So for her to see how happy I was in that moment, and for me to see how proud and happy she was for me in that moment, it was an amazing feeling. I don't think I ever forget.
Wow, that is so special, and you beelined right to her, so you knew exactly where she was
No,
sitting?
yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's crazy because this may sound cliche, but I told her like before the game, make sure I find you because I'm gonna get a pick and I'm gonna come give it to you. Like, and it happened. So that's God.
That's incredible. I'd love to just ask you a little bit more about your relationship with your mom because players make plays, right? People have great moments in games. They get interceptions, they score touchdown. They're not usually taking the ball and running to their mom. So, what is your
Yeah, no.
relationship like your mom like? It must seem very special.
It's different. That's probably my best friend. Just growing up, watching her, having to struggle, work 2 or 3 jobs for my entire life to provide for me and my siblings. I think it kind of just made me have a different type of appreciation for her because watching her literally put her own life, her personal life aside and not focus on, herself, but literally give her life to her children and her family. Sometimes I didn't understand it because I remember not having not being able to get, new shoes or new clothes or anything like that. But anytime a family member or a friend would ask for something, she was always the first one to help someone else out. And growing up, I didn't understand that. But she would always say, God's gonna take care of us, God's gonna bless us. And it wasn't until I got older till I realized like, everything that we went through was for a reason. And it taught me to how to be kind, how to be gracious, how to love other people. And so just everything I am, I see it in her. I got it from her, and I just have a different level of appreciation and love for her. I don't know where I'd be without her.
I want to meet your mom. She sounds amazing. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
she's the
Wow.
best. Ask anyone. She's the best.
Well, now it makes sense, right? Why you would beeline right to her, and just so cool to hear like the hard work and how she really, like you said, the word like graciously would be serving others, even when maybe it didn't make sense or even was slightly convenient for her to do that the same. And so I bet the impact that that has had on you, not only in like football, obviously, but in your life
In
beyond,
life,
is so great.
for sure, 1000%.
That is so sweet. Well, I know you had a lot of offers to some other big time schools coming out of high school, but you chose SMU, obviously, probably to be near family.
Yeah.
But maybe what else about just the SMU football program drew you there?
I think it was the networking and connections, the opportunities to just have a life after ball here. So growing up, I was a big Oregon fan. That was my dream school. But as I got older and I learned about, actual getting an education and in school and how it's a 40-year decision, not just a 4-year decision. I learned about all the people who were successful because they went to SMU, because they had a relationship. And when they weren't here, they networked with their peers and their alumni and different things like that. So I thought about that and I said, man, like I go to the league, I played for 10 years. That's amazing. But I'm still young. I still got a lot of life left. I still want to be able to, be productive in life. And I thought that coming here, meeting the alumni here, fellowshipping with my peers, because my peers, they're gonna be the next Jeff Bezos and the next, successful people just because of how prestigious and great this university is. So I took that into account for sure. I wanted to be successful where I left football as well.
You're right. You do have classmates that are probably, and yourself as well. Come on, you're in
Myself
that
as
you're
well.
you're in that
Myself as
group
well.
that are going to be going on and doing incredible things. And I actually got to go on SMU campus a few years ago. I was just in the Dallas area, and I was with my dad, and he was driving me around. We are like, let's stop at SMU. It is beautiful. The whole time I was there, I was like, how can I get myself here? Do they got a
Yeah.
grad program? I mean, it was a beautiful. So what a just incredible campus,
Yeah.
just beautiful. So I can imagine why it was easier to make that decision. But I do have to ask you because and this probably makes more sense now knowing what I know about your mom, but you get to wear number 23, and fans are going to watch you on Saturdays, and they see that number on your jersey, but it means way more than just a number on your back. It is the biggest honor at SMU. Former player and wide receiver Jerry Levias, who was the first Black player to earn a scholarship at the Southwest Conference. And your teammates voted you unanimous this year for the third year in a row, not just once, not just twice, but
Yeah,
the third year to embody
surreal.
Jerry's leadership and courage. So first, like, I just want to say wow and congratulations. Like, what an
Thank you.
honor.
Yeah, it's surreal. 3 years in a row, it's amazing. And I hope for it. I worked for it this off season because I knew it was something that wasn't just going to be given to me just because I won it last year or even 2 years in a row. It's an ongoing thing. You have to continue to show those character traits, that leadership, the work ethic, the carelessness. Just to be able to show up for your teammates each and every single day. So for them to trust me with that honor, 3 years in a row, it has truly meant the world to me.
I bet. And you know what's kind of funny is you've worn it so many years in a row. You think you're gonna just take it on as your new number? What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, yeah. People have asked me like, "How you get to the league?" Like, yeah, I want to keep it. Like, if I get to the NFL and got the option to wear 23, yeah, I'm keeping it. I don't want to wear nothing else.
I love that. I hope we can see you in 23 for years to come. But I do want to ask you about coming out of that 2022 year because you said that was, a challenging year for you, face some injuries and just other things probably too that comes with playing football at a extremely high level, right? The highs
Yeah,
and the lows. So
for sure.
maybe what about your college career so far sticks out to you when you think of embodying number 23 and that
Yeah,
courage?
yeah. The biggest thing, I have a motto that I kind of keep to myself a little bit, just in my own mind, just stay down. And what that means is to continue to just work, continue to keep your head down and work and grind and trust in God's plan, even when things aren't looking good, even when things aren't going your way. Continue to trust God, continue to keep working, never lose the faith, never give up or anything like that. Just keep working, because like you said, this is a high level sport. Like those other guys on the team, they're on scholarship, they're getting paid through NIL just like we are. They're working hard just like we are. You know what I'm saying? So it's about understanding that as long as you continue to work and trust in God and just show up every day with a good attitude, ready to, give it everything you got, everything else will take care of itself and it'll all work out. So that's just something that I keep in my mind to keep going because it's not always going to go right. It's not always going to be perfect, but you just got to keep going, keep fighting, keep working.
I love that that is your personal motto. I think that's so awesome just to have something to come back to. And I love the faith explanation about it too and like the backstory to that. You know what's funny is I actually did notice that you were hashtagging stay down on some of your
Hmm.
football posts. And I
Yeah.
was like, I do want to ask you about that because I thought, maybe he's just like great at tackling. He's like, stay down. Like, I got you. I'm on defense. Like, I was like, it could go one or two ways. So you know what?
That's funny.
I actually like the way that you explained it better. So when did you come up with that really and make that something that you were gonna stick to?
um, it's been a hashtag for a while, and I just kind of feel like it embodies me, who I am, because I've always been an underdog. I've always had to felt like I had to go the extra mile to get something. So I always had to work a little bit harder. Growing up, looking back, I was never the best player on my football teams or my basketball teams or anything like that. But I made it this far. Like I'm a high caliber D1, athlete, and by the grace of God, it's amazing. And it's through nothing but sheer hard work. I was never the biggest or the fastest or anything like that, but I just worked hard, and it all took care of itself. So ever since I was young, I just realized like you're gonna be the underdog. Like you're never gonna be the first one picked, but you can make up for it through nothing but hard work.
That's awesome. And I know it's easy to say, like trust in the Lord and be able to get through some of the hard times, but there's hard that goes through that, right? Like it's also hard to just
Wow.
trust in the Lord. So maybe
We
when you were in it, life isn't always going to be straight up, right? But maybe
100%.
in those times when you came out of maybe that adversity or hardship throughout your college career so far, what did that look like to like actually trust in the Lord?
Oh man, yeah, that's you hit it on the head because I think that's what the basis of my faith, Christianity, is built on. You know what I'm saying? Just trusting in God because uh, He never says it's gonna be easy. He never says everything's gonna go your way. He never says you're gonna, I'm gonna go to the NFL and have a great year, great career. I mean, but it's about trusting in His plan, and not leaving my identity in football. And that's so hard to do because, in this world and at this time with social media and your family and your friends, like You have a good game, everyone loves you. You have a bad game, it's you need to do this, you need to do that, and it's hard to not get down on yourself. But and it's something I still struggle with to this day. I'm 22 years old. I've been believing in God for a long time, but it's still hard to not you know revolve my life and my identity around football. It's something that I try intentionally to make sure I do not do so. Um, Actually, I have something on my screen. So sorry for pausing it, but I want to read this to you. It's Matthew 16:25. It says, "For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul?" So that's something I have it as my screensaver because it's like, man, yeah, I want to go to the NFL. I want to have a great career. I want to play football as long as I can play, but I have to understand football is not who I am. It's what I do. And it's okay for me to love football, for me to want to go hard as I can go, and do everything I can to make my dreams come true. But I have to understand it's about God's plan, and like you said, it's extremely hard. But I have to know that God wants what's best for me too. You know what I'm saying? So if it's meant to be, like, I'm gonna play football for another 15 years, you know what I'm saying? It's just about trusting in that and understanding that. So yeah, it's a challenge for sure though, but it's something that, like I said, you just gotta keep working hard, continue to stay in my Bible, and do everything I can do.
Zay, I'm gonna like record that from this interview and listen to that on repeat. That was so good. We could stop the
Yeah.
interview right there. That was I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was
It's
so
real
good. And
though.
it
It's
is
real
real.
though.
And I love what you said just about like the Lord's plan. And I think what's cool too with that is that the competitiveness and the aggression and the dream that you have to go play football for years to come is still there because like the Lord has put that in you and given you the talents, but you're also here saying
For
like
sure.
I'm also surrendering it to him.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a big part, about it because, like, why I say it's okay for me to love it because I know that he gave me these talent, these dreams for a reason, and it's up to me to fully maximize that to the best of my very ability. And that's what I'm gonna do.
That's incredible. When you go out to practice, and some days it can feel, I think, fun and like, let's go, and you're coming off a win, and other days you might be coming off a hard film session where you just got absolutely outed, right? Or
Yeah.
whatever it might, or you're in physical pain. What allows you and how do you maybe just mentally check back in and get your mind right for maybe a practice?
That's another great question. It's hard. It's hard. Like right now, we coming off a hard loss. It's tough to get up, you know what I'm saying, and to be excited about it. But I think back on like the little me, the younger me, who was it was his dream to be exactly where I am right now in this very moment, playing college football, being able to make some money through NIL, being able to take care of my mom, help my family out every month. So it's like this is my dream. Like I'm living it right now. So even though things may not be the best right now, that's okay because I prayed to be exactly who I am right now. So all I can do is be grateful, you know what I'm saying? And continue to just work and continue to keep that faith and understand like it's a long season. And you're already living the dream. All you can do is continue to go hard, continue to maximize it, and just understand that I'm blessed already.
So cool. And even just when you said, thinking about yourself as a younger athlete, that was something too that has helped me throughout my athletic journey. We actually printed out a photo of ourselves playing like youth girls lacrosse when I was like, 13 and put it inside my playbook. Like the binder of my playbook, I put the photo of me and it just really helped me kind of like reset for film meetings or right before practice or I was reviewing notes before a game and just be like, oh, this is like a joy. Like, yes, this is my job because I came here to play my sport, but it's also a dream come true. And I think that's such an
Mhm.
awesome way just to look back at your life and reflect.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000%.
That's awesome. Well, I'd love to know a little bit before I ask you about this year's SMU team. Is there something or just really anything that you do, maybe it's every day or throughout your week, that helps you have that faith, right? Because it's not just something that just comes upon you when you say, hey, I'm a Christian. Like, how do you? be reminded of who is ultimately in control in your life. I think for me, at least, I like if I'm feeling a little in the morning, like boom, worship music, gospel music on immediately, so that's what I'm filling my ears with. But what might it be for you just to help yourself stay grounded?
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard because sometimes even as a Christian, sometimes you get frustrated, and yeah, I have ups and downs just like everyone else. But what I try to do is I try to make sure I stay in my Bible, whether I read a chapter every other night or whatever the case is, or in the mornings. I try to always start my mornings with either listening to the Bible or listening to praise and worship music, just to kind of, what I'm saying, understand that it's a bigger picture to everything, no matter what I'm going through, whether life is good or bad, like, what I'm saying, it's still a part of who I am, and I know God is still with me regardless. So that's something I do. Just try to listen to some gospel in the mornings or some different things like that to just keep me grounded.
That's good, and this being in season 2 is a whole 'nother beast, right? And so I feel like that, at least for me, was, even more heightened because I knew, "Hey, man, like, I only have X amount of hours in the day when I'm not going to be thinking about my sport." So that's why it's important to really make sure you're doing that, during that time. But let's get
Yeah.
to, this year's team because I know I wanna point people to your team and find some things out new. So maybe what is something that people and fans might not know about your team from just going to a game or watching you guys on TV that you're like, "Hey, they should all know this about our group."
What should they all know? Our biggest thing right now is just being together, being a team, having fun together. Like Coach Lasser does a great job doing different things to kind of keep practice fun, keep practice light, just letting everybody know that, like I talked about earlier, like this is still just a game. It's football. Like this is what we all grew up loving to play. So understand that, keep that joy. And our biggest focus has been just staying together, like being a team, being a brotherhood, and we know that's going to take us as far as we want to go.
So what's your favorite drill? When they say, "Oh, we're running this," what are you like, "Yes." What's your favorite drill?
My favorite drill, mm, I probably have to say probably 7 on 7, just because I like catching
Seem
interceptions.
like you're all about it. You're all about
Yeah, and I know they gotta throw it every single play in 7 on 7. So I like 7 on 7. It's pretty fun to go against them and different. But it's a lot of different things. Like I like our half line drill. We're working our perimeter, working our getting our block, being physical. Just plays where you're gonna have to go run through somebody's face and it's gonna be hard. You gotta love it though. It's football. So it's just different aspects, different practices. Coach Leslie does a great job mixing it up. Practices are great.
Yeah, you gotta love it to run through someone for sure.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Okay, who is the fastest on your team this year? Besides you,
That's
besides
the
you.
fastest player on our team. It's tough. I'll probably have to go Chris Johnson Jr. He's pretty fast. He's really fast. You see him 1 second you here, next second he over there. And I think you guys will continue to see that this year for sure.
Yeah, well, if that's his name, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
That's so good. Do you guys have I know you have your own personal mantra, but do you guys have a mantra or phrase that you have really gotten behind this year?
Um I think tough, disciplined, and united is what we go by. To be a great football team, you got to be tough. You got to be disciplined, and most importantly of all, you got to be united. You got to be together. You got to be a brotherhood. Got to be a family.
You said United, now twice just when talking about that team. So I'd love to know if I was out in Dallas and I'm around the SMU area, where am I going to find the football team? Where am I going to find them? Where are you guys hanging out? Where are you going to get
Most
food?
likely, we had each other houses, or the other morning, as a couple of defensive players, we all went to Breakfast Brothers. Breakfast Brothers is over in Oak Cliff. Had some breakfast together. We just always just trying to be around each other and just chill, have a good time. Either going to each other's house, going to get some food, different things like that.
That's always the most fun part, I think,
Yeah,
just of college sports.
for
I
sure.
absolutely love it. I would love to know just what your team is like on the road. I know some teams are pretty serious and they're all kind of to themselves. My team was like, we're playing card games, we're singing
Yeah,
songs in the bus. Like, what is your team like
that's
on the
us.
road? Oh,
That's
that's
us.
you.
Yeah, so we have we're gonna be in each other's room, kicking it, watching games from other teams that are playing, or just whether playing cards, playing. They bring the PlayStation, the Xbox. They bring those, so we have the guys playing those games, just chilling. We all just around each other. We don't. Yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, it's fine. You could be, serious, but we know it's football. We love to play. We love to be around our teammates, just having fun, kicking it, chilling. So that's more like so what we are.
That's fun. It's more fun to do it with each other, right?
Yeah.
uh, Zay, you already mentioned just the impact that your mom has had on you and specifically like your character, right? And I think that is just so incredible and so special. And there's another side of you too that is, the hard work to allow you to get to SMU. And so I know there are so many young boys who would love to wear number 23 like you someday and embody the character, but also the talent that you have on the field. What advice maybe would you give some young football players and athletes who would one day want to be wearing an SMU jersey someday?
Um, Number one, trust in God. Number two, believe in yourself. Doesn't matter who believes in you. Doesn't matter who's with you, who's against you, who thinks you can do something, who thinks you can't do this, you're not good enough at that. None of that stuff matters as long as you believe in yourself. You don't need no one to believe in you but yourself. As long as you trust in God and believe in yourself, you could take this thing as far as you want to go, because if you believe in yourself, you'll put in the extra work, you'll put in the preparation, you'll do the small things that it takes to get to where you want to go, because you know you can do it. So as long as you believe in your heart that you can do it and you're willing to put in the work, you can achieve whatever dream you want to achieve.
That's so important. And I think sometimes I love that you said that in that order too. I will touch on the like believe in yourself part of it because I think sometimes as Christians, people can think, oh, you have to be humble and you don't want to like pump yourself up. But like, no, like God has put you on that team for a reason. Like God has
Hmm.
given you that desire to play a college sport, maybe for a
Hmm.
reason and
For
gifted
sure.
you in ways. So I love that you added that because I think it's so important to have that motivation as
Yeah.
well. But I got one last question for you because I know you're in the thick of the season. You got a lot going on. Before games, do you wear headphones or no headphones?
Headphones for sure.
Headphones, okay.
Headphones for sure.
Hey, you will be confused. Some people say no headphones. Some people just go nothing.
Nah, I go headphones for sure. I gotta have a specific playlist to just make sure my mind's in the right space, getting ready for the game.
And what's on the playlist? Give me one song.
Uh, Let me think. Let me think. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. I got my phone right here.
Perfect. Is it a long playlist? You got a lot of songs on there?
Got a lot. Let me think. What song am I feeling right now? Mm, oh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Ride Wave. I know it.
All right.
Another one. Ride Wave. Soon Start. Those are two songs that I play almost every game day.
All right, I'm looking them up right after this recording.
Okay,
I love
bet.
it. I love it.
Okay,
Well,
bet.
Zay, thank you so much for just taking the time to come on the podcast and share your heart and your story. I'm so excited to be cheering on SMU now and just so excited to watch your guys' success this season.
Appreciate you for having me.